Okay, so I know the lighting is a little bit weird in this video. It's like quite yellow because the sun has already set and I don't have any natural lighting going on. But I've had a very interesting day today, and it's a little bit ironic because yesterday was October 1st and I was thinking about doing vlogtober this October because I just kind of want to make more videos, and vlogtober is definitely a nice excuse to do so. Not necessarily like vlogging every day, but like having video clips from each day and kind of like amalgamating them into bigger videos, whatever. I'm rambling. So I was thinking to myself, I don't think anything interesting is gonna happen to me. Like, I'm a college student. I kind of just go to class and I like go to my club meetings and stuff. And that's basically all that happens. And then not even 15 hours later, something very interesting, I guess, happens. So basically today, we had a lockdown on campus because there was a report of an active shooter, and then we found out that it was a false alarm, and then we found out that it was a professor who had created that false alarm, and she has been arrested. That's the like brief recap of everything that happened. So basically from my perspective, I went to my first class today, which is an art general education class, and it's from 11 to 1. And at 12:30 p.m., about 3/4 through class, people started to get text alerts from the Department of Public Safety saying that there was an active shooter reported on campus. So my professor, he was like very good in this situation. He remained very calm. He was like, okay guys, there's a black mark on my hand because my pen broke. So that's what's going on. But basically he said that we have the notification, we need to follow the lockdown procedure, so we close the curtains, we lock the door, and he was saying like we don't really have a reason to freak out, we don't like have any information, so just keep painting. So we just kind of continued class as normal, which was good. I was a little bit freaked out because I was like, don't know what's going on, because I am not from, okay, I was born in America, but I have lived the last 10 years in Hong Kong, and when I was in America before then, I had never experienced something like this. So I was like, okay, like, just gonna keep painting. So that was good. I didn't really freak out or anything. But I started getting Snapchats from my friends. They're like, are you okay? Like, we're completely barricaded in our classrooms. We turned off all the lights. We closed the curtains. We, like, blocked the doors. My friend was telling me that someone in her class was totally freaking out and, like, having a panic attack. And these were the classrooms that were closer to the place where the shooting had been reported. I'll talk more about that later. So for us, we just kind of continued class as normal. Like, we were allowed to use our phones to answer people who were asking if we were okay and whatnot. So basically, the initial warning said that there had been an active shooter reported at Fertitta Hall, which is one of the business buildings for Marshall, and it's actually where I have quite a few of my classes because I am a business major. So that building is like way across campus from my dorm and from the art classroom, so I wasn't too freaked out. But the people I know who were in classes like near Fertitta were definitely on like a heavier lockdown procedure. They had turned off all the lights and stuff. I got some Snapchats. I didn't screenshot them, but I mean, people were just saying that they were kind of freaking out. So that is where the initial shooting report happened. So after that, we just kind of waited for more news. There weren't any deaths reported. Like, the initial thing had said that there was just an active shooter that had been reported and that someone had heard gunshots. So there wasn't any report about like injuries or deaths. And then after about 25 minutes, I was on the Wildfire app. I was gonna say Wildflower. Wildfire app for USC, which is basically just like a college campus, like people post things, like, you know what I mean. Someone commented and said that it had been a false alarm. So after that, we waited for about 10-15 minutes, and then we got another update from the LAPD, and they released a statement saying that there was no actual shooter and that it had been a false alarm. And that everything was all clear now. So my teacher, he kept us in the classroom because he said he needed to wait for the campus DPS to give him the clear to let us go. And then that one came about 5 minutes later. So it was a false alarm. So after that was all cleared, I left the classroom and then I went to the dining hall to get lunch, and then I went to my next class, which had not been canceled. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping for my professor to cancel class, but we still did class. And then I got a text from one of my group mates in my business class. So basically in my business class, we have groups where we do like all our projects together, and we have a group chat, and one of the girls in my group sent a screenshot of a tweet, and someone said that a professor at Fertitta, which is the place where the shooting was reported, was having a mental breakdown. She smelled of alcohol and made students call DPS to report gunshots. So I've heard 3 different variations of the story. I've heard that she called the police, I've heard that she told the students that she heard a gunman and that the students started calling their friends and their friends called the police, and I've also heard that she forced the students to call the police. And then she sent a video, someone tweeted a video of the professor getting arrested, and the video's on Twitter, so I assume it's like usable by the public, so I will insert the video clip here. It's only a couple seconds. And the video was of my business professor. Basically what happened was, I have a photo here. My friend sent this to me. Somebody said that there is no shooter. Pretty sure my teacher made it up. She was drunk in class and breaking down about how she thinks a couple of her friends got shot in Vegas. Then she had everyone call DPS. Eventually she crawled out of the room yelling for help. Our room is where it was first reported and nobody else heard gunshots. So I'm pretty sure that she was having a nervous breakdown because she was scared that she had lost her friend. I'm not sure if it was confirmed that her friends are part of the 58 people who were killed in the shooting in Vegas, but I'm sure she wasn't able to contact them for whatever reason, and she assumed the worst. I hope her friends are okay. I don't know, but basically she was drunk and she had probably been drinking the whole night, and I'm sure she was on some other substances as well. I'm sure she was not in a good mental state. So another person posted something similar on the Wildfire, I always want to say Wildflower, on the Wildfire app, saying that it was the professor who made the false alarm, and then that video came out of her being arrested. I'm not going to say her name because I was reading an article just now and apparently the school doesn't want her name to be publicly disclosed, so I'm not going to say her name, but I do know her name because I am her student, and it's just really weird thinking that the professor that I've had class with for 2 hours once a week is in jail. It's also just really sad. Like, I don't even think of it, like, I know sometimes people listen to stories of people doing crazy things and they're like, oh, I will never be that stupid, like I'll never do that, almost kind of like an ego thing, but I'm actually like so sad for her. It's always really weird when these things happen to people that you know, and I can only imagine how scared she was feeling or is feeling still. I don't know if her friends are okay. I don't know if she knows if they're okay or not. And I'm sure she was like totally like not even on this plane of consciousness. Like, she must have been in a really bad place mentally, and I don't know, I like can empathize with that, and it's just, I just feel really bad for her. And she's a nice professor, like she's cool. She's a good discussion leader and we have like, you know, class discussions, and I don't know, it's just really weird to think, because on Thursday I don't know if we're gonna have class. I very much doubt that she's gonna be in class. I don't really know what's gonna happen to her. I know that in terms of like teaching license, you can't, it's revoked if you are ever arrested. So I don't really know what's going to happen to her. She is a master's student, like she wants to be in academia. That's what she has been, you know, going for her whole life. So I don't know if she can ever return to academia after this. I don't know what the school is gonna do. I don't know if it's normal for people who live in the States, but I had never personally been in a situation where like we had to lock down because of a shooter. I know it seems like kind of a strange thing to be so like weirded out about, but I was talking to someone from my class during while I was in the dining hall earlier, and they were also like, yeah, this is really, really weird. So we share the same perspective. I don't know, like I lost a professor and she's in jail right now. I read that she's going to be getting a psych evaluation. After that, she's either gonna go home or go to jail or like get a lawyer. I'm not quite sure what the procedure is. And I'm not gonna turn this video into like a political like anti-gun, like that's, I do agree with that particular political view, but I'm not gonna, you know, make it all about that, because at the end of the day I think it's just so weird that one event can change your life so much. If she had just called in sick today or even come to class and said, I'm dealing with a traumatic event, I need to go home. If she had just done that, like the rest of her life would be so different now, because she has an arrest on her record now. I don't think she's gonna be allowed to come back and teach at USC. I don't know if she's gonna be allowed to teach anywhere. I don't know if she's gonna be allowed back in academia. It's just so weird to think about if she had just done that one thing differently, what could have happened. Like her whole life might be different. And I don't know, I just keep picturing her like at the front of our classroom, like giving notes, like calling on people and like talking about homework. It's just so weird, and I don't know. I'm very sad for her. I'm sad to lose her, I guess. I don't think she's going to be coming back to teach us. So that's what's kind of been going on today. I've had a very hectic day, so if I'm looking a little worse for wear, that is why, and I apologize if I do. Also, I know the lighting is super crazy yellow, but I don't have any lighting yet for my room. I'm planning to get like a nice little ring light for my camera so I can have some better lighting, but I don't have it right now. I just kind of wanted to film to say what's been on my mind today in response to everything that's been going on. So that is all I have to say for this video. As always, leave me any questions or comments or concerns in a comment or message. I respond to everything I get on YouTube. And my camera battery is flashing and I've been talking for like a straight 30 minutes, so I'm going to end the video now. If you watch the whole thing, props to you, because I tend to ramble a lot. So that is all I had to say. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which will hopefully be more lighthearted.